Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know, bad. I'm bad. So, I have a lot of explaining to do. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. But, here we are. I know, everything looks so different. I will explain a lot, I promise. But, we're going to get into this recipe, and I'll tell you why I picked this recipe, like I tell you, for a lot of reasons. Why I pick my recipes. Because I freaking want to. No, just kidding. Anyway, yes, this something shiny syndrome still does exist. It is strong, you guys. But I first made this recipe, true story, for my dentist. Is it dentist or an oral person? Anyway, for Aspen Dental, yes, correct, Aspen Dental. When they made my dentures as a thank you, that's a story in itself. Going off. Bring it in. Bring it in. So I made it for them as a thank you, and I know what you're saying. You made these for your dentist, but I did. And guess what, you guys? He said it was the best cookie he ever had in his life, so I've made it a few more times for their office. I'm telling you. The irony. Anyways, dang it. Bring it back. Bring it back. Sorry, I'm sorry. I will get to the point, you guys. I promise. Just bear with me. I love you. So, made it for them first, and then who was next on my list? I'm sorry, I don't know. I can't remember who exactly was next. But most recently was Jen from Jen is Always Hungry. Kristen, Sauce Queen, was supposed to get some, but she was moving. And I'm not going to get into what we all know is going on. All I'm going to say is that my heart goes out to her and her family, and my prayers are endless to her. And if you need me, I'm here. Whatever you need, I will do. But those cookies went to Lori from Ree-Ree's Mukbang, and she she ended up trying those on camera in one of her videos. I'm gonna link the video because y'all, that floored me. I've never had anyone try anything that I made and sent them on a video, and with the most beautiful compliments as Lori did for me. So Lori, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your kind words. Out of this world. Thank you so much, Lori. So Jen and Lori got them, and from Lori's video, Miss Kaden Reese, Sweet Pea, she said how sweet it was of me to do such a thing, and I said, would you like some? And she said, sure. I was like, really? Okay. And I don't know where in the Sam Hades I have been. I know I have watched a few of her videos. I swear on all that holy and mighty, I clicked on subscribe notification bell on what happened? And she said the same thing. She had watched, a bunch of my collabs with everyone and thought she subscribed. She's seen a couple of my videos, and we were like, what, huh, what, who? So, I am making Caden's cookies right now in front of y'all and shipping them. So, this is what I'm doing. I was supposed to film a different video today, which I will film another day, but this takes precedence. It was a little more important to me. Making Miss Caden's cookies. So, and it dawned on me that I haven't done a video of these, and there were a lot of people commenting about how good they looked and how awesome it was, and someone wanted to look up the recipe, and I told them to DM me, and I figured, you know what? I'm gonna do a video so y'all can have them too, because you guys, these are freaking phenomenal. And I mean, I've made them for, family and friends and stuff like that, but hey, look, there's a shadow. we're still unpacking, so I'm using, you know how the cool people, the real YouTubers, the real ones, have ring lights? I got my husband's shop light, and it's kind of freaking blinding the heck out of me, damn it. But I could find, you know, like you're on stage and you're about ready to perform. Oh. But I'm nowhere fancy or important now, am I? Shit, now I'm sad. Moving on. Okay, you guys. Thank you to all of my new subscribers who came over from Lori's channel. I love you. You guys are sweet peas hanging with me. I know my little, but who isn't? Any Jahoozers, let's pop on over here. Get into the ingredients. You guys are going to be blown away to what the main ingredients is for these cookies. You guys just might be like, what in the Sam? Who? What? I know. I did too. Come on with me, guys. And welcome. I love you. People. Alright, guys. As always, left to right. Yes, I do sing. Okay. That's okay. A large bowl. A big ass bowl for mixing. And look at the store ingredients, you guys. What did I tell you? Are you guys, your socks knocked off yet? Yes. Pillsbury white cake mix. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have to be Pillsbury. In her recipe, she suggested to use Pillsbury. You know what? Why you gotta be judgmental of different cake mixes? Lady? Are you a cake mix snob? Huh? Whatever. He's cute anyway. Okay, moving on. I know. Give me a break. You guys know this. Okay, so we got a huevo, chicken baby, egg, some cream cheese. We have a shit ton of cinnamon sugar because what a snickerdoodle be without cinnamon sugar. Some butter that is room temp, and our rolitos. Yes, our rolitos. So, because I have made this recipe so many times, you guys, I'm going to give you a ton of tips and tricks that will make this beautiful for you. Because I love you, that's why. So, unwrap your rolitos, or Rolos. I'm calling them rolitos because it's funner to say, and I like to say rolitos. Yes. Doesn't it sound fun? I'm sorry, you guys. Like I said, something shiny syndrome, I go off. Making a shirt, I promise. It's getting here. So, what I do with these is after I unwrap them, I stick them in the freezer or the freezers, whichever you want to say, whichever is most fun to say for you. I'm sorry, you guys. So, as you can tell, it's got condensaciones on it because it was in the freezer. I promise you I did it. It makes it easier when they're rolling because your hand conducts heat, obviously. So, you don't want to transfer your heat to the cookie dough or the rolitos. So, stick them in the freezer while you're prepping, okay? 10, 15 minutes, I don't care. You do you, boo, it's your kitchen. I'm not telling you what to do for your life. Yeah, stick them on there. So, over here, I want to chit chat with y'all about something else, okay? So, I have, obviously, my mini spatula. For those of y'all who are new, I use a regular and a mini because the mini get in crevasses, which are crevices, and like you can see, even on my glass bowl, it has a crevasse here. And in my home, I don't waste shit. No, we work hard for our ingredients over here. Over here, I have dual purpose for my gloves. Now, one is because anytime I ship or make or do anything for someone, I want y'all to know I am all. It started before this stupid virus bug that can go back into Satan's butthole, but I always am sanitary when it comes to shipping or sending anything, even if it's family or friends. I always wear gloves in my preparation and sending anything. And actually, let me go over here and get it because it's right here. Just so you can see, a big ass giant Germ X, and as you can tell, I use it. It's not just for shoe. There was this funny person in Ree's video that had a nice comment to make about not taking things from people during this time, whether you know them or not. So, for for you, my friend. It's okay. Smile. Anywho's. So, yes, I take all precautions when I send, ship, make, or anything like that. So, but also, you guys, this is another key. If you don't have vinyl gloves, I will show you another tip when it comes to rolling, because those also do make it easier when it comes to rolling into the bowl of the cookie and put it onto the sheet. Okay? Okay, so we are going to go get set up on the other side of the kitchen, and we're going to get this party started, okay? Okay, I love you. Okay, so got my big ass bowl, and I've got my butter and my cream cheese, which make sure that you always have at room temperature, just because it makes it so much easier to incorporate them. Otherwise, you're just gonna get nasty lumps, and it's just gonna take longer, and it's gonna look ugly, and who wants an ugly cookie? So, what I'm gonna do is plop all of this in right now, and I'm gonna mix it with my hand mixer. We're not gonna use the stand mixer for this one, because there's really no need for that. So, we're gonna bring in handy dandy hand mixer. Mix that until it is nice and smooth, and then we shall return. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna take something back here, because if I flipped my paper over that said notes on back, Lord help me, I would have known that this is the recipe where it is helpful to use your stand mixer and not a hand mixer. Let me tell you why. Because I think it has something to do with using the cake mix and not doing like a homemade versus a homemade cookie mix. Is this will gum up your hand mixer doody daddies, whatnots and what have yous. So you might, or not might, you will get a hot mess all over you and your surrounding area. So that's why I say that. Now I wasn't gonna go and grab out my stand mixer, because that would have been too much. So some elbow grease, some cursing went down in this station. Ain't gonna lie. Cling wrap, there we go. Put it in the fridge for about 30-40 minutes, get it cooled. Rolos are in the fridge as well, because we want to make it nice and cool. And then we'll come back and schlep this together, guys. Alright guys, so as you can see, we're in another station of the kitchen. Thank God for the spacious counter in this one. So, as you can tell, we have a ginormous station setup. Well, let me explain this bowl right here. This bowl has flour in it, and I'll tell you why. So, in making these numerous times, I think the very first time I tried to roll this dough out, even though it's chilled, it's very chilled, as you can see, right there. Very chilled. I put it in there for 40 minutes. It's still going to be a hot mess to work with. And again, I'm going to come back to it being using the cake mix. It stuck to my hands. Now, I can't remember if I used my bare hands and flour the first time or not. And the reason why I have these gloves, guys, is because I get a ton of them in my medical supplies, so it's not like I just go, hey, let me go out and buy these, you know, these fancy, I can't remember what these, nitro gloves. Thank you, honey. They come in my medical supplies, so I have an abundance of these. So if you don't have access to them, like again, I can't remember if I used my bare hands and flour and that worked or not. But by all means, go ahead and try it. But just do not, by all means, go in here with the bare hands and expect that you're going to roll a nice ball, and it's not going to, y'all, it will stick to you. It will not work. I can promise you that. So either way, like if I didn't use flour on my gloves, it would be the same thing. I'd have a hot mess. So either way, use your flour. So I got flour first, and then our batter, and then our chilled Rololitos, and then I've got my cinnamon and sugar over here, and And then I am using my extra large cookie sheets over here. These hold, I want to say 24, if not more. And the cookie scoop that I'm using here, this is an in-betweener, and what I mean by that is it's not my mini and it's not my giant. So I think this is a 2 tablespoon cookie scooper. Scooper. Anywho, so, and I got my plate back here, or my plate. You guys, I have fun names for everything. So, excuse-moi for just, you know, making fun names for things. If any questions, just ask me. I will tell you the correct name. Like my spatulas, you know. Anywho's, so I'll show you a few, and then I'm not going to make you watch me the entire time, because who wants to watch that? Not me. So, here we go. Cool beans. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to dip my hands into some flour, play with it a little bit, because who does not like to play with their stuff? Now, I am going to make a giant mess on my counter. Don't really care, because you know what? I got to clean it anyway, so. Gonna get messy. Don't worry about the extra flour with the batter, because you guys, it's a gooey batter to begin with, so it's okay. So come in here, and I like to level off my scoops, because that just ensures an even cookie. So make sure that they're all even, that way they all cook evenly. So there's that. And you're always gonna get that extra stuff that sticks on the inside of the scoop. So just come in with your finger and scoop it out. So set that to the side, and I'll show you what I mean. And you might have to re-dip your hand in the flour. What you're going to do first, you're not going to roll it, because you need to pat it flat. Let's give it a good spank on. Flat as can be. And what you want to do is you want to take the Rolo, the short side down, because then we're going to come in here like a pancake. And we're just going to flip up the sides for the moment. Just kind of curl them up and make a baby blanket. I guess that's not a baby blanket. I don't know. You get the drift. So kind of close it like a little, lack of a better term, but a little butthole. Roll it, because you want to encapsulate the entire Rolo so you don't get any spillage onto your baking sheet. Okay. And then we're going to grab our cinnamon and sugar. And now we get to Dunkaroo. Now I guess now would be, what might be a little helpful is get a little spoon, or your hands, it doesn't matter. And then just cover this thing. Remember you guys, it's a snickerdoodle. And we want this thing to taste as such. And I'm sending this to Miss Kid and Ree, so I want to make this dang good. So then you kind of want to make it a little more spherical and perfection. So, which I will go back on the cookie sheet and make it look better. So, here we go. It's not perfect, but we will make it once we got them all on the baking sheet. So, now our hands are all cinnamon and sugary. It's okay, because we got our reserve. This is not going to go back in my flour container. It's okay. So, we're going to go back in here, because our dough took off most of it, so we got to reflour. Otherwise, we're going to have, you know, little bits of batter stuck. So come in here, make it more even. Get your even plopper out, and then you got your stuff that's stuck in there. Make sure you get that, because that will account for your even cookie. Okay, pop her down. You need to get some more flour. Get some more flour. Spank it down. Grab your Rolo. Put the small side with the little focus. Thank you. Down first. Curl up your edges like a little flower. Encapsulate him. Tell him good night. Oh, you're so precious. Aren't you cute? Snug as a bug in a rug. Okay, now we got him all encapsulated. Throw him in the cinnamon and sugar. Roll him around.
Make sure he's all good and covered. All crevasses. Give him a good rollabout. Or walkabout, whichever, wherever you're from. Hey, cool beans. Plop them down. And then continue. Okay? So that's what I'm going to continue doing. And then when I have the full sheet all done, we'll come back and then we will show you how beautiful they are. Thank you, honey. Okay, y'all. So this is a combination of something tranny syndrome and not turning your page over to notes on back and just plain being bleh, headed. So, like I said, I told you before I was using my medium, which is not my mini and not my big one. So that's this one, which is approximately 2 tablespoons. So, and those were coming out to being like ginormal balls, big ace balls. Which, I will say this though, I'm going to give myself a point on this one. Because when it came to the end of doing the other ones last week for Lori, Ree-Ree, and Jem, I did have to make a couple of these because this recipe calls for 24 cookies. And when I had done all of my unwrapped 24, I had extra batter. So that's why I whipped out my medium one. But originally, what I normally used was my mini. So, use your mini, which is the tiny one. See, I'll show you the difference. Mini, medium. See? So, I think this is a 1 table, this is a 2 table. So, when you're doing yours, use your 1 tablespooner. And so, here's the difference in size, comparison-wise. Here's your big ass ball, and here is your proper. See? Huh? Okay guys, so I was able to get 28, even with the ginormal doodads. So, like I said, you know, it just depends on how big or small your cookie scoop, or using a spoon the old-fashioned way, that works too. Hey, cool beans. So, 350-degree preheated oven for only 10 minutes. Now, you do not want to see any color on these guys. You want them just to be as light as you see them as is. Then we're going to take them out, let them cool on the pans for about 2-3 minutes maybe. And then it says to, you know, line your cooling racks with parchment paper. I guess that is a good idea because you don't want, if any of the Rolo was to seep out, you don't want that to stick to any of your metal wire racks. So that might be a good rule of thumb to do. So that's what we're going to do. In the oven, 350 for 10 minutes, pull them out, let them sit 2 to 3 minutes, and then put them on a parchment or even wax lined cooling racks. And then we shall be back. Okay, so here they are just out of the oven, and I wanted to show you guys that, I don't know what you would say, traditional, I guess, crack that you get from the snickerdoodle look. Those are the giant babies right in the front. So they smell phenomenal. So I'm going to let them cool for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'm going to transfer them to the parchment lined cookie sheets, cookie racks, wire racks, what have you. And then we will break open one so you can see the ooey gooey goodness centers. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut in the middle of this and see the Rolo. There you go, guys. Get the caramel in the center on both sides. And you got the fluffy cake-like cookie. So, if y'all aren't big fans of cake-like cookie or fluffy cookies, this may not be the one for you. But if you do, because I know there's 3 types of people in the world. You like the soft, cakey cookies, you like the crunchy cookies, or you like the in-betweeners. So that's up to you. These are those kinds. And if you do make these and you don't eat them right away, the instructions are, if you package them up, you can store them in a sealed tight container on your cup or on your countertops or in the fridge, up to 5 days. If you want to get them ooey gooey like this, put them in the microwave for about 6 to 7 seconds, and then you'll get the ooey gooey in the middle. So you can go ahead and have his cookie. And then, like I said before, I wanted to give some birthday shout outs and some other shout outs. So I know I kind of missed some people for a while now. So Dom from Mama D's World, Bricks to Sticks, he had a birthday back in September. So happy birthday, Dom, to you. Carrie Blaze, she had a birthday 5 days ago. So happy birthday, Miss Carrie. Ginger Snap, she got monetized on the 2nd of this month. So congratulations, sweetie pie. Parker, he hit 1K this month, and his birthday is also going to be on the 31st of this month. So happy early birthday, Mr. Parker, my love bug. And Mary Juby. So that's how those turn out. So if you guys want to give it a go, I will leave the link to this recipe. Obviously it's not my own, down below, but I'll also put a little star to my tips and tricks to those, what I did. And Miss Kaden, my love, there's your box. And Spoiled Smith, there's your container. Coming to you, sweet pea. Alright guys, so I hope you really enjoyed this one, and I'm sorry it took me so long to get back to moving was worse. But I hope you guys always view it before you do it, because I really do try to give you guys all the tips and tricks to save you guys a little, like the glove thing. I mean, who would do? I mean, if I didn't have it, I would never do, but there you go. Thank you guys to all of my new subscribers as well. I really appreciate you guys subscribing and hanging in there with me, and I hope you stay because I love you. And you guys, as always, from my home and my heart and everything that is this, I love you guys. Okay? And from my kitchen to yours.